What's up guys, so for this video I'm going to be playing Mission A of Halo 5 Guardians campaign and it's called Swords of Sanghelios. It's back to Fireteam Osiris. So with that said, let's begin with the mission.
You loading up, Commander?
We're gonna see if Halsey can learn to speak Guardian.
I'll have a briefing for you by the time we reach Sanghelios.
See you planetside.
So, you wrote a target dossier on the Arbiter when you wrote Tony.
That was 6 years ago. What's your point?
You recommended assassinating him.
After he killed millions of our people.
So why didn't you?
Things changed.
The Arbiter is engaged in combat. We will escort you to him.
Locke. Planet's deep in civil war. If this all goes sideways...
I understand, sir. It's not my first mission that doesn't exist.
Good luck, Spartan.
Arbiter has united the keeps and formed a new alliance, the Swords of Sanghelios. With Arbiter's victories and the death of Jewel Mdama, the Covenant's remnants grow desperate. They have begun an assault on Vadam lands, targeting Arbiter specifically. You will find Arbiter at the Elder Council chambers. Victory to clan and kin, Spartans. Maquis out.
See, what's the point of having Arbiter in this game other than some cheap attempt at fan service, because the Arbiter in this game is barely resemblant of the Arbiter in Halo 2 and Halo 3. Same with Buck, like he's a returning character, and the Master Chief. Both of them are barely resemblant of their past counterparts. However, the Arbiter and Buck are just brought back into Halo 5 Guardians campaign just for some cheap attempt at fan service, and it just sucks because Halo 5 Guardians has a garbage story. Now I'm going to go on a bit of a side tangent and talk about how Locke is a very cool character, and I actually do like the idea of having Spartan Jameson Locke be an assassin Spartan. That's really cool. However, Locke was done so dirty in this game because he has horrible dialogue, and Halo 5 has the worst Halo story ever, and this is the first Halo game Spartan Locke is introduced in, so because of that, Spartan Locke didn't get a good impression upon Halo players. I think if Spartan Locke had a good story, and if he was brought back in the future with an actual good story, good character development, much better than the character development Brian Reed gave him, Spartan Locke would definitely be a fan favourite character for sure. I do hope in a future Halo game Spartan Locke is brought back because he is a cool character. It's just unfortunate that this is the first Halo game he's brought into, and he doesn't have any interesting character development whatsoever.
All clear.
Arbiter's an ally, so these dead here are our brothers as far as I'm concerned.
Snipers, on that ridge ahead.
Stick to cover till we get them in range.
It's very cool that you have 20 shots for the Covenant Carbine in this game and in Halo Infinite before you fully reload, because in previous Halo games that the Covenant Carbine was introduced in, the first Halo game that the Carbine was introduced in was Halo 2, and since then, before Halo 5, the Carbine had 18 shots and 72 max ammo capacity. Now it's changed to 20 shots before you fully reload, and you have 80 max ammo capacity. By the way, quick reminder, the Carbine was not in Halo Reach. Oh yeah, in Halo Infinite, the Covenant Carbine wasn't added into the game a few years after the game released. Halo Infinite instead had a Covenant Carbine variant called the Pulse Carbine, instead of having the actual Covenant Carbine people like until a few years later. I love how the more shots you fire off when you're using the Covenant Carbine, the optic actually changes colour, letting you know you're about to run out of bullets before your next reload, or you're about to run out of ammo on the Carbine completely.
Split up, Osiris. My armor, need help! My armor's jammed up! System's down! Need assistance! System's fine! I'm up, thanks! I'm at the top of the ridge. There's an exit up here.
Right, yes, that is the path you seek. Keep moving.
The humans pollute our home! You are outnumbered. Automaton's death is nigh. Destroy it. Kill. My armor's jammed up. System's down. Thank you, partner. He knew the stakes when he took the job.
Kill on Hostiles cleared.
The Covenant are talking like they've already got the Arbiter beat.
If we lose the Arbiter, reaching the Guardian at Sunayon gets complicated.
Wow, the max ammo capacity for the Needler in Halo 5 is actually 66 instead of 44 like it was in Halo 4. That's actually pretty impressive. You know, I'm surprised the Railgun, the Needler and the Covenant Carbine, there could be more weapons that have increased ammo in this game by a little bit compared to Halo 4. Not all weapons have increased ammo, which is really weird because Halo Studios decided for some reason to increase the ammo for very few weapons, however the rest of the weapons just become untouched. I don't understand why. Some weapons get an increase in ammo and some don't. It's just really weird. However, in Halo 5, you still do run into the issue of running out of ammo very quickly. You know what, let's try and kill these two grunts with the ground pound, and oh my god, I did not expect to be blown up and flown off the map because I used the ground pound and it actually set off a explosive. Right, you definitely need to pick up the fuel rod cannon because there are two hunters in the middle of this part. They will spawn in a little later. However, you will need the fuel rod cannon to kill two hunters because the hunters in this game for some reason are just so tanky. So the best way to kill them is by, you know, using the fuel rod cannon.
Got it, Maki. Spartan, clear the shipmaster of landing zone.
Spirit inbound.
More coming in! Hunters!
Hunters!
Clear the area, Osiris.
Waiting for your whole clear signal, Spartan Lock.
Hell yeah, the two hunters are down. That's why you need the fuel rod cannon because the hunters are just way too tanky. And using the fuel rod cannon actually helps you defeat the hunters much more quickly. However, like I mentioned earlier, the hunters are very tanky in this game, so using the fuel rod cannon is definitely essential, especially when you're playing on heroic or legendary, because the hunters, they will melee you instantly and down you, plus their fuel rod cannon shots that they fire out of one of their arms. It has tracking bullets, meaning it will track you wherever you go and it will actually follow you, so the only way to avoid it is to sit behind cover. Also, using normal guns to shoot the hunter's weak spot, which is its spinal area, is not feasible because they just turn around so quickly and they insta-melee you when you get too close to them, so shooting melees in the back is just not effective whatsoever. It's best to, you know, use the fuel rod cannon to kill it, especially since the hunters in this game have a ton of health.
Clear the area from enemies, Osiris.
Any reason for not using the mobile armored death-dealing exoskeletons over there? Just a question.
I'll open the door for you, Spartan. Opening the door. The council chamber is on the other side of the courtyard.
Spartans, the Elder Council chambers are on the far side side of that courtyard. Hurry! We have lost contact with Arbiter's forces within.
Copy that. Let's get the Arbiter out of there.
Watch it! Wraith on the warpath!
Need help! System's down!
Down! I'm down!
Need assistance! My armor's jammed up! System's down!
Fall to the cover.
Spirits incoming! Right side by the statues!
A ghost variant called the Sword Ghost. That is cool.
Working on it, Maki. I'll notify you when we're ready for extraction.
Here, Mark! Door's opening!
Stand by, Maki. We'll get to the Arbiter soon.
Standing by.
Coming up on the council chamber. Insertion pods incoming. Push through, Osiris. Maki, we've reached the council chamber.
Understood. On my way.
Kaidar! Soru! Keisuta!
We're almost there, Maki. Get ready.
I am on my way.
Sanghelios!
Eyes on goal. Arbiter! Ready for extraction.
Mark, what is the meaning?
Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and in the next video I will be playing the 9th mission of Halo 5 Guardians campaign called Alliance. So yeah, take care.